What's up, book team? Happy February! And since we made it to February, it's time for my February TBR. Now before anything, the books I'm going to be talking about in this video are books that I hope to be reading in February, but I am by no means going to stress myself out over getting to them. I'm definitely someone who reads per their mood, so if I end up not being in a mood to read any of the books when I come to them in the month, then I'm not going to read them. Additionally, there are 6 books in the pile, and I definitely do not think I'll be able to get to every single one of them in general, but I'm going to try and aim high anyway. So the first book that I want to read in February is actually the book that I'm reading right now, and that is The Fifth Wave by Yancey. I made a promise to my friend British Heart on Instagram that I would get to this right after I finished Anna and the French Kiss, so I am fulfilling that promise and I am starting it this weekend. And also I want to read this before the movie leaves theaters. I've heard mixed things about the movie, but I want to see it anyway, and I kind of want to read the book before I see the movie. If you're not familiar with the plot already, The Fifth Wave follows a young girl who is basically surviving through an alien invasion. So the aliens have been attacking in these waves, and they have basically wiped out almost all of humanity, and she is one of the lone survivors. I've never read an alien invasion book, so I'm really curious to see what this brings me. Basically, alien invasions and post-apocalyptic survival stories. The next book on my list is one that goes more with the February theme of love and all that mushy-gushy stuff. And it's a book that I, for sure, am desperate to get to this month. And that book is Illuminae by Aime Kaufman and Jade Kristoff. I have heard so much about this book. There's been so much hype about it. I've been dying to read it ever since I picked it up. I mean, I feel like this is just gonna be such a fun read. I mean, just flipping through, you are basically just sorting through like emails and a bunch of different confidential documents, and I guess there's like a chat room thing or something like that. I don't know, but it seems like something that you just kind of piece together. I don't even know, but this just looks so interesting and so fun, and I am dying to get to it. And it fits the February theme of love because it's about a couple who breaks up right before their planet is invaded, and then I think it follows them through the invasion, or maybe it jumps in the future. I'm not entirely sure, but see, that's why I have to read it so then I can know. The next book I have in my TBR pile is Vinci Tiger by Elliot. I got this book in my December owl crate. Said it right this time. Praise Jesus. And I wanted to get to it in January, but it just didn't ever come to the surface. So I would love to get to it in February, mostly because I want to stay caught up with my owl crate books. This book takes place in Italy during the Italian Renaissance and focuses on Da Vinci's muse. Or at least that's the impression I'm getting. But I love the Italian Renaissance, so I feel like I'm going to enjoy it. The next book in the pile is The Game of Love and Death by Brockenbrough. Brockenbrough. Something, and I am so sorry. This book has been on my shelf for almost a year now, so I just really want to get to it. And this is why I'm on a book buying ban. So basically the book focuses on the game between love and death. And this game has gone on for years. Some of their most famous players are Antony and Cleopatra, Helen of Troy and Paris, and Romeo and Juliet. And death has won every single round of their game. And this book focuses on their newest pair of players who will hopefully change the game. Once again, I'm not entirely sure why I haven't picked up this book yet because it sounds so interesting, and I mean the cover is absolutely gorgeous, but definitely want to get to it this month. So these next 2 are the books that I would like to get to, but I'm not exactly in a rush to get to. The first book is Between the Lines by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. I have never read a book by Jodi Picoult, so when I saw it on Book Outlet, I figured, why not start with this one? This book is about a girl named Delilah who is absolutely in love with this fairy tale that she reads over and over again. This sounds like a very cute, easy read, and the plot reminds me of Inkheart a little bit. And once again, this seems to be about a love story, so, I mean, no better time to read a love story than in February. And the last book I'm hoping to get to in February is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, which is the second book in the Mortal Instruments series. I read City of Bones in December and I want to keep going with this series, but right now I have other books on my shelf that are kind of priority. So if I get to it, then I'll be ecstatic, but if not, then I'll just try and read it next month. So apparently I'm an extremely forgetful person. So I was in the middle of editing this video and then I realized I forgot to mention one important book. And I don't even know why I forgot to mention it because I've already started reading it. And that book is The Other Woman by Jade Lee Wright. The synopsis is, Tabitha's life was at a standstill. The sun, surfing, photography, and driving through the same streets every day had gotten her stuck in a rut. When she met Ezra, she had no idea that her life was about to be permanently altered. But Ezra had a secret, and Tabitha's conditioned life was about to fall apart. She was about to become the other woman. The book is coming out sometime within the next month, and Jade sent me the book in exchange for an honest review. So I'm reading that along with The Fifth Wave to try and knock out 2 books at once. Honestly, I'm really excited to read this because it's the first time someone has asked me to review their book, and I just think that's awesome. So thank you very much, Jade, for trusting my opinion enough to pre-screen your book. But it also sounds like something that I'd be interested in reading even if I hadn't been approached to read it. So I'm very curious about what it's going to entail. I also want to note that Jade is also a booktuber herself, so I'm going to link her channel below along with her book trailer that she made for The Other Woman. So yeah, definitely check out her channel and the book trailer. But yeah, those are the books that I'm hoping to get to in the month of February. Leave me a comment down below with all the books you would like to read this month because I always love finding out what all my friends are reading. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to stay updated, then please hit that fancy dancy subscribe button. But I hope you guys have a lovely Sunday and a great start to your week. Until next time, book team, bye!